Hello learners, I welcome you all in this PM E-Vidya program of NIOS for Library and Information Science to learners at senior secondary level. In our last program, we talked about the traditional library services. That was lesson 13. So in that lesson, what we talked about, what are the traditional library services, what library services, why are they needed, what is the use of those services. We talked about the anticipatory services and we talked about the responsive services and normally what services, क्या सर्विसेज लाइब्रेरीज यूजुअली देती हैं, जैसे कि सर्कुलेशन जिसमें हम बुक्स इश्यू रिटर्न करते हैं, या आपके पास ट्रांसलेशन सर्विस है, फोटोकॉपी सर्विस है, रेफरेंस सर्विस है, रेफरल सर्विस है, लॉन्ग रेंज रेफरेंस सर्विस है, शॉर्ट रेंज रेफरेंस सर्विस है, SDI सिलेक्टिव डिसेमिनेशन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन है, या कास है जिसमें हम सिलेक्ट करते हैं कंटेंट को और कंटेंट पेजेस को और उसको इन्फॉर्म कर लेते हैं अपने यूजर्स को. ये सब हमने पढ़ा ट्रेडिशनल लाइब्रेरी सर्विसेज में. जो आज हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं वो है लेसन 14, कोर मॉड्यूल्स का लास्ट लेसन है ये हमारा, मॉडर्न लाइब्रेरी सर्विसेज. अब हम आज ये पढ़ेंगे कि मॉडर्न लाइब्रेरी सर्विसेज में हम कौन सी सर्विसेज, एक तो मॉडर्न लाइब्रेरीज हैं पर हम बात करेंगे आज सिर्फ सर्विसेज, क्योंकि ये वाला मॉड्यूल जो है हमारा सर्विसेज के बारे में है. तो we'll be knowing about what kind of services modern libraries are providing to their clients, to their users. The objective behind this lesson is that we will be talking about and will be explaining to you the need of modern libraries. Why do we need modern libraries? Then we will be talking about the how we have changed the functions of the libraries. We'll be elaborating upon offering the libraries using new tools, new technologies, then difference between manual and computerized services. We'll be talking about or listing some of the resources which are provided online. That is the objective behind the lesson. So what all we have prepared to explain you in this lesson is that we will be talking about the concept of modern library information services. हम बात करेंगे modern library services क्यों है, क्या होती हैं, उनके characteristics क्या है, उनकी need क्या है, जब manual और computerized modern library services में क्या फ़र्क होता है, and we'll be talking about the traditional and modern library functions, advantages of modern library services. We'll talk about the future of the library services, what all advances we gain every year. Then we'll talk about the future trends or the innovations, whatever are there in the, we are going to have in the libraries, and the changing role of the library professionals. Definitely this is the library professionals only who is able to give you the services. So there will be a change in the role also. That's all we are going to talk in this chapter. First thing what we will talk about is how these services have changed. We all know that internet started around the 1950s, but it gained more acceptance, and it was structured well in 1990s. Basically you can say it restructured everybody's life, whether it can be professional, personal or educational. Everybody's life got changed. It put its impact on the libraries definitely also. So phenomenal change came in the libraries, in the knowledge centers also. The advantages of the internet was there to its collection and the services also. So how we felt that there should be an upgrade in the libraries and information centers. It was extremely affected by the emergence of the many information and communication technologies and tools. Like there were many changes which were coming overall in the sector of ICT. So libraries too had to change. That way we can say modern library information centers have evolved significantly over the years. They are no longer like the places to borrow the books. Like earlier we used to think जब भी हमें लाइब्रेरी जाना मीन्स एक किताब लेने जाना है, और अभी किताब is not that important, information is important. Information means, and it is not meant for few people only, it is for everybody. Like there are those people who are in research, those who are learning, or those who are working for the community engagements also. Libraries and information centers are serving them in different ways. So information services has been translated totally, they have been transformed with the advent of the digital technology. Internet definitely brought a lot of changes in the use of the services of the libraries. Whatever services and whatever resources we are having in our libraries, it brought a tremendous change in that. So what first of all we will think about is, what is a modern library? What do you think is a modern library? So library nowadays, you can say, see, is in our pocket also. That way when we are carrying a phone, so we are carrying a library also according to that. So modern library is basically an organization which uses maximum ICT for information services. Whatever services earlier we used to have it from the libraries, now these services are provided to its users, to its client group through the ICT techniques. And more so, these services are offered to different kind of heterogeneous population. There is population which is having different kind of demands. So according to their demands, we are providing these services also, and that too in 24/7. There is no stoppage, there is no closing and opening of the libraries, because these libraries work 24/7. Library services basically we will think is the backbone of the library. Otherwise library has no meaning. Even if we are spending as much amount of finances for the libraries, but if the services are not there, if the good services are not provided by the libraries, so it is of no use. That way we can say library services are the backbone of the library. They support its users for research, teaching and learning activities also. Like teachers also need sometimes to read for teaching their children, for teaching the students. Like that only, there are different kind of people who are coming to library and using these libraries. And these services which are modernized are provided them 24/7 through ICT, making knowledge publicly available. Libraries are definitely providing this knowledge publicly. When your library is 24/7, it is available on your phone, on your desktop, on your laptop. So it is publicly available to everyone. Like NIS is also having a library in the name of Deep. It is working 24/7, and it more so, the biggest and the important thing about this library is that it gives access to everyone. Usually we are having libraries, we are having digital libraries, but everyone cannot access these libraries. For us, we have kept it open to all public. Anybody can reach to our content, can go through the content, even download the content if they want. So it is available to them. So we can say libraries are serving knowledge to become a gateway for national and global knowledge. So that is the place from where we are gathering things, we are collecting things, organizing things at a place and offering it at a global level, at the national level, at the local level also. Everywhere we are able to disintegrate the information. Now we'll be talking about the characteristics of this modern library. What characteristics basically a modern library have? We'll first name these characteristics, then we'll talk about them. The main important thing is managing information sources. Then you become the member of different networks. You maintain your website. If your website is not maintained, you cannot work as a modern library. You have to conduct the user orientation, because people will not know how to use your library otherwise. You connect to your users, you provide internet facility also. You should have to have your Wi-Fi there, and high speed Wi-Fi should be there. You provide spaces, quiet zones for the library, for the learners, for the users to sit there. Special services for the special clients. Sometimes people cannot read, people cannot listen, people cannot see. There are some special people also. Libraries have got zones for them also. And the most important thing is that while providing all these services, having all these characteristics, what we do, we keep on evolving, we keep on validating ourselves and keep on changing with the times. So these are the services what we are talking about, and then we will be talking one by one about our services. How these libraries are managing and providing the widest range of current and quality information sources to its heterogeneous group of as per their requirements. They become, like I was saying, that libraries have to become the member of the regional or national networks to cater the needs of the users, because everybody knows not every library cannot be self-sufficient. No library can have that much of funds so that they are self-sufficient. हर किसी लाइब्रेरी के पास हमेशा फंड्स का इशू रहता है, और हम सब लोग इतना पैसा खर्च नहीं कर सकते, और वो इकोनॉमिकल भी नहीं है. For that matter, what do? We become the members of regional or national networks. So those networks are available to all of us. We become part of consortia. We become like we are the part of Delnet, where from all the kind of catalogs, whatever databases every library has, 6,000-7,000 libraries have, they pool in the resources into their database. So we search from there and get the books. तो एक एक करके हम लोग नहीं खरीद सकते हैं हर चीज. Maintaining the accessibility to the website of the library, what we have to do is to see that our website is well maintained every time. Is it updated or not? Whatever new collections are there, are we updating it? Are we integrating the new entries in our library have come? Are we doing that, upgrading those? We are making efforts to provide services as per the user needs and requirements. Users can be of different tastes, different requirements also, and they can be we have to provide the place-based services also. They cannot come every time to you, they cannot talk to you, so we have to provide the services as and where they are. And time and on, we keep on conducting the user orientation and information literacy programs for the users, so that whatever services we have, whatever content we have in the library, is everybody able to use that content? Otherwise it will go waste. If we are not having the user orientations, or if we are not having the tools which they are able to understand, which they are able to use those tools, so it won't be that much useful. We have to keep on conducting these programs. Usually in the college libraries, school libraries, university libraries, they have to be done regularly, because the students keep on coming, and every year we are getting new students, means new brains, new technology. They must be knowing better technology than what older people have. That way we have to keep on updating ourselves, our websites also, updating our places also, and the content also. That is what is supposed to have the characteristics of a modern library. Regularly we communicate and connect with the users, then we make them aware about our resources. That's what kind of resources we have purchased, what kind of resources you want us to purchase, we want you to add in the library. We keep on communicating with our users. We take their suggestions about the content and the usefulness of the content. We come to know through the studies. When we see how much book is read and how many times it has been read and how many people people are using this book, that way we see the statistics also, that these books are the ones which can be kept for the future use also. They can be renewed also. Like that, we have to keep on communicating with our users. That's the most important thing for the modern libraries. Providing internet facility at high speed is also very important. Like otherwise, if people will come to your library and you don't have a broadband, you don't have Wi-Fi, so how they will connect to the library? So important thing is that you have to have the facilities for making your library a modern library. Students, researchers, they all need to see the material, go through the research activities. For that, you need to have the proper internet facility. You have to organize exhibit, then you have to have the community meetings for that, so that you are able to provide them the content whatever library is having. You are able to discuss about it, talk to them, and accordingly revise the things. Providing special services to special clients, like NIS is also having material in ISL, in sign language, in DAISY format. Why? That material is meant for the special clients, those who cannot see, those who cannot hear, they cannot listen. They can have that kind of material is provided to them. And many libraries, bigger or smaller libraries, they try to keep these type of materials, so that everybody, if anyone is visually challenged or hard of hearing, or there are some other issues also, smaller or bigger issues, there is any kind of disability, so we can provide those kind of facilities to the users. We can say on this, on the whatever services we are giving, if we keep on evaluating these services, then we have to keep on changing, adding or removing the tools, techniques, whatever is there. Now we come about the need. What is the need? Why do we need the modern library services? Basically, you can say it is the need of the hour, because you must have understood that there is always changes in the society. Society is transforming every time. They keep on, like earlier we always used to have cash in our pockets, but now there is no cash. We carry a phone, that is all we need to carry. So there is always change. Even the oldest man in the family, in the society, has to know about a smartphone, use a smartphone, how to pay through Paytm or UPI or something. So society is changing. That way, library services also have to change. And like that only, the behavior of information behavior, seeking behavior of the users, that is also different, because earlier we used to seek some other information. Now before going to a doctor, what do? We read through the Google, we go check whatever is there. So information seeking behavior is also changing. That way we also have to change our services. And you can say that we have that techno-friendly environment to everyone we have to give, and we have to expand the exposure of the users. We can see that users of our community are changing. We need to change the services accordingly. If we will be keeping ourselves in the traditional form only, that way it will be not useful to us, not to our users. We'll take a short break here and we'll be coming back soon.
करने राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। हम
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वह विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बाँट,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने।
Hello, welcome back, learners. We were talking about the need of the modern library services. Why do we have to have the modern library services? So there we talked about the change in the society. Then we said information seeking behavior, demands are changing, trends are changing. I mean, everything is changing. So library too have to change. We'll be talking about it in an elaborated way. Is that how do we can say the demand changes for serving today's information era? Libraries are continuously transforming themselves. They try to survive and maintain their permanent positions as centers of knowledge and learning technology. That learning technology has brought a revolutionary changes in every sphere of our life. If the libraries do not tend to change or provide the modern library services as per the demands, expectations of the users, they will lose their existence. Like पहले ही हम बात कर रहे थे कि अगर हम लोग अपने आप को चेंज नहीं करेंगे, अपनी सर्विसेज को चेंज नहीं करेंगे, तो लाइब्रेरीज का जो एग्जिस्टेंस है वो कह सकते हैं हम ख़त्म ही हो जाएगा. तो वी नीड टू चेंज. हर समय हमें देखना है कि किस तरह की सोसाइटी में चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, उसी हिसाब से हमें अपने आप को अपडेट करते रहना पड़ेगा. तो फिर है इंफॉर्मेशन सीकिंग बिहेवियर. जो आजकल के यूजर्स हैं, यू कैन से they are no more only readers. They ask for the information, not the book. Like I was saying, this is the change. It's not the book. it is the information which matters more to them. So there is change in seeking the information for the users. We saw librarians what they need to do. They need to change, adapt themselves in order to fulfill the information needs of the users. Libraries are also supposed to provide information to the users when and wherever they need it, in whatever format they need it. I mean to say, when we are talking about whatever format, that means they can be the special users also, they can be old men also, they can be children also. So whatever way they can use the information, we have to provide the information like that only. Then we'll be saying that there is demand of and expectations of the users. Whatever today's user is, they have demands are different, and demands have changed also in manifold. They no longer are into the content or place-based library services. They want information into 24/7. There is no information which is available in physical libraries which can be used every day. So that way we have to change the services according to the use of our information. Then we'll be talking about the techno-friendly environment. So today's generation, you may say, what I was saying earlier also, that every year school, college, universities are getting new students, rather younger students. So what do you say? You see that technology is more friendly for them. They are more techno-savvy. A small child also can handle a phone today, can handle a smartphone, which older peoples never used to have. For us, we have to learn things. For them, they are inborn with those things. So like that, libraries also have to be friendly with that kind of atmosphere where children are learning fast, using technology faster, and accessibility to resources also have to be faster. You cannot give them the older things, you cannot give them the books, and maybe everybody would love to have a book in their hand, but the information, whatever is needed, concept has changed. So what we have to do, we have to fulfill their requirements, we have to fulfill their dreams, whatever they want, whatever way they want the information to be presented. We have to be techno-friendly. That is why we need now the modern libraries. Then we'll be talking about the computerized and manual services. How manual services are also provided, and how they used to be provided in the libraries, and how they have been changed to the computerized services. Manual services में हम सब लोग यही जानते हैं कि सब काम जो भी लाइब्रेरी में होता था, हाउसकीपिंग में, what housekeeping operations we used to have, that is circulation, cataloging, classification, serial control, all we used to by hand. We all still have accession registers are also there. Then we used to have the manual records for issuing and returning the books. Then we'll have cardex for our journals with our we'll type the things, or we will write in handwriting, we will fill the cardex for each and every journal. That is how we used to do in the manual system. Then now these all services, whatever housekeeping services, have been changed to computerized services. What do we do there? In computer services, libraries perform all housekeeping operations through computers and library management softwares. Everyone is having one or the other kind of softwares in their libraries. There are many which are free also available. Many you can purchase them also. These softwares can be used for your routine work, for your housekeeping works. And there we are issuing, returning the books. We are doing the, even the whatever purchasing we are doing, we are making the acquisition also through computers. We are giving circulation through the computers also. We are doing the issue and return. Instead of registers, what do? We create a single ID card which can be having a unique number that can be through the barcoding, which can be barcodes can be produced, and scanning those barcodes, you can issue and return. There is RFID technology also, which bigger libraries are using for issuing and return, where a self issue and return can also be done. So otherwise, through barcoding also we can do. This is how we do the housekeeping operations through the computerized services. Then we are talking about the difference between the two, the traditional and the modern library services. What do we have in the traditional library services? What do we give them in the traditional library services? And what do we have in the modern library services? Simply everyone will understand that traditional library services, that usually we have old and not well so much furnished. But now you will see the modern furniture is different. It is plain, simple. It's not that sophisticated. It is sophisticated, but it is, I think, easier to use. So you will see a modern library. It has a furniture which is very comfortable to sit, where you can enjoy sitting, reading. Earlier libraries never used to have that kind of furniture. Then the user strength also, you will see the earlier libraries, those societies, students and all those used to have. Now you will see more academicians, more laboratories, more researchers are the users who are using your modern libraries. Then you will see the collection of the libraries. There we used to have books, journal, magazines. Here what do you have? You have CD-ROMs also, DVDs. And more so now you will see we have more things in electronic formats, that e-magazines, e-journals, e-resources, everything is available in electronic formats. Then we come into the processing. How do we use, like we were talking just now, the traditional libraries are keeping the records on the registers, are using it by manually, but otherwise in modern libraries we are having the web OBAC, which is used by the libraries. And processing of the traditional libraries, there is manual for everything, like purchasing also you have an accession register. Here you can do it through the acquisition, and you can acquire the books, even you can keep the record of the books. Even if you are entering once the books, then they are always recorded for you. You don't need to do it again and again. Then library services are also traditional library services. We do whatsoever we provide to you is through manual, that is encyclopedia, dictionaries, manuals, whatever we do provide to you is through physical copies. And modern library, we do have the databases, e-resources, which we are sharing with our users. Then we'll be talking about the computerized and manual services. How do we have the manual services and computerized services? Like I said before also, in circulation also there is a change. How do we do the circulation now? Through RFID technology or barcoding, through one single card. And then technical processing was also there. OPACs and web OPACs are there, which were not there in the earlier libraries. They were having the hard copies of the catalogs. Like that, in every kind of information, you will see displays. We have to do the physical display of books, and here you can send them through mail. You can say the table of content is shared with them. Then in e-content, whatever you are receiving in your library, you can share as it is document with your users through an email or whatever messaging is there. Whatever facilities you are having, you can do that. Reference services also are different. Earlier we used to provide the document, now we have to provide the information. And you can say the security management, you have a security guard in the physical libraries. There you have a CCTV, or you have the RFID technology where people come and issue and return their books themselves. So there is a system. A gate is being launched in the bigger libraries where the CCTVs are kept there. So that is taking care of your security. Like that stock verification, when we verify the stocks in the libraries, here you used to do it physically, you used to tally one by one record. There you don't need to do RFID technology or the barcoding. There you can do it very easily. You can scan the documents, you are getting it very easily done. That is the difference between the services, what modern library services are having and the traditional library services are having. Then we'll be talking about the what kind of access we are having. Like we say the prompt access is there in the modern libraries. Seeking e-database is quite quicker than the print documents, you can say. These databases possess recent as well as retrospective searching, because you don't need to go back to find out where old things are kept. You will sit on a computer terminal and you will get access to all the documents, whatever we have been having there since long, whatever are there documents in the e-databases, you can have access to all the documents there. Searching alternatives are also there. Like in physically libraries, what do we have to do? We have to search either author, title, or we can say publisher. But here there are keywords also. You can put any keyword. You can go further into, Boolean operators are also there, where you can use many other ways of searching, like advanced searching also can be done for a document. If you want to deep dive and to get special information about some, like earlier we were talking about when you put a content on some Google and you find out there 2000, 4000 responses. When you go into the advanced searching, there you will get very less responses. That means those responses are very nearing to your document, what document you have searched for. That way, advanced search facilities also available in the e-databases and the e-resources, whatever libraries are having. Then e-databases provide you advanced search, like we will be talking about how advanced searches are working, Boolean operators and or not, we can put in between and it will pick all the keywords, those who are having and in between, then or they will pick only one word, which is where we have put the or, and not we will get only one. So these and or not are the Boolean operators which are available in the system. So this helps us in doing the fine searching also. Usually libraries are having the opaques, web opaques, which can be searched anywhere, anytime. So accessing these documents becomes easier than the documents which are inside a library. Once the library is closed, you cannot access them. These documents are available for you all 24/7. That is also one of the biggest points what we are having. Advantages for having this modern library is like e-databases provide us easy accessible to data. That's what we were talking. Users can access it remotely. Anywhere you are sitting, you can access the document. Easy searching is there. Then you can decentralize the access of the records and computers. It is not under your control. It is decentralized so that anybody can access it. Then you have opaques and web opaques which can be searched from anywhere, anytime. You can even reserve a book of your name, whatever book is not available. If you go to the circulation and you see in your web opaque, this book has been issued to someone else, you can reserve the book for you online as per your need. So users may check the availability of the book in any other records also which is available. These are the kind of advantages we are getting over the traditional libraries. What we'll be talking about these advantages is there is data integration also. As many books are available to you in full text journals and articles, you can borrow, anybody can borrow them. Many people can borrow at the same time. And what do? You can have libraries can provide you table of content from where you can do the searching from A to Z and resource through those resources, where you can find access to your information through your net sitting at your home or on your phone. You can get the full text links also of your resources, which are very beneficial for the users to save their time and energy in searching the resources. Like when you enter in library, if you have to search, it takes you a lot of time in searching. But in this case, you don't need a lot of time, because you need to have is the keywords. You need to have the advanced searching. There you can get the document very easily. Then we'll be talking about the future of the library services. What will be the future of these services? Modern library services are an integral part of today's society, providing access to information and knowledge to the users. It is not the book, it is not the physical content, it is information and knowledge which is being provided to the users. They offer a variety of services, like from traditional library resources to digital library. These libraries are called basically kind of hybrid libraries. They have both the services, like we have physical library also and the modern library services also, activities also. Modern library is also present there in the digital, in the face of digital library, which I said NIS is having the name of Deep. So we are having e-content also in that library. So that way you are providing both the services in this. These services are constantly, we keep on evaluating them, we keep on evolving them to make them better, because we come to know about the usage very easily. We have the statistics of the books, we have the statistics of the databases, how much they have been used, how many users have used this, how many people have downloaded it. So it becomes a kind of a service where we can constantly evolve our documents, we can keep on changing, adding the documents. They are more user friendly, they are more efficient catalogs where you can search through the tools, and virtual reality experiences also. Then libraries also provide access to digital resources such as e-books, magazines, e-journals, audio videos, databases. So many things are there which are available in the electronic form. Then we'll be talking about the modern library services. One by one we will talk about what services does these libraries give. This is what we were talking till now, that what all libraries are having, that they will give you access to the e-resources, they will give you access to the cataloging, they will have an remote access. Digital resources are also, services are also available there. You will have digital reference services also, where you can say email, FAQs and reader advisory services. These all services we'll talk one by one, little by little, and you can say there are many other services which keep on, where we collaborate with the people, we keep on sharing our documents with others. We have virtual reality services, experiences, community is also engaged through one or the other activity by these libraries. These are all the services which are provided by us. Earlier we used to have the e-services. The libraries procure and organize the whatever content they do buy or from the various resources. In libraries, like in print resources we do buy, then what we do, we organize that in physical form. Then they are actually actively procured from here. What we do, we procure the e-journals, e-books, e-databases, but we integrate it very faster. We try to bring the metadata of these books. We do integrate that with our library and keep it provided from time to time, keep on changing it, adding it. Online databases and libraries are subscribing those also. They provide access to the material. As soon we get it, soon you will be able to access the material. Like that, we have then the OPACs, which are open, where from you are using the catalogs. Like physically you will see, you have to go to the physical catalog, you have to check one by one all the cards. Here what you will be doing, you will go to our OPAC, you will check your full text there, bibliographic details from there. From there you will check the whatever services, whatever books are available in your e-library, in your digital library, that you can read from there. The examples for here are, there are Science Direct is there, Springer is there, JGate is there, Scopus is there. There are many more. APSCO is there. There are a lot of databases providers who provide you a lot of books all together. They act as aggregators. They purchase books and then they do provide you in aggregation all together. This is the screenshot of Science Direct database and JGate database, and we have shown you the OPAC of our library catalog also, where from you can see our catalog. Modern library services are sophisticated cataloging tools to make easier for the patrons to use the library. Like these catalogs you can use anytime, everywhere you can go and check the books, whatever books are available there in the library, and you can download them, seek the or read them there. This is the screenshot of our library. What we have shown you that this is the library Deep. Here you can access this Deep anytime, every time in 24/7, because this has a remote access facility which has been purchased by the library, and this remote access gives our users connection from anywhere. They can come through our dashboard and they can reach there, they can read, download the books. Digital sources and services. Digital services and are provided ebooks, audiobooks, and you can say there are many media books, online databases are also available there. There are a lot of things which are available to these digital libraries. But then we can talk about the digital reference services. Digital reference services, we talk that users interact with the computers, and you will get the reference services through, if you cannot come physically, we can send you can send us a mail, we can answer you through mail, or you can send us an SMS. If it is a smaller query, it can be sent through the SMS, and if it is a bigger query, it can be sent through the mail. There you can use the virtual reference services also. And this is about the mail. Everybody uses the mail. Bigger things can be shared through the mail, or we can ask you to visit the library and take the document also. There are frequently asked questions also, and what do mostly librarians do? They keep some questions ready which are usually asked by the libraries, and these questions are then answered there, and people do come and read those questions, where you don't need to access anybody physically. You can just go through and have a look and get the answer to the most important questions which have been asked usually by the people. These are all the services whatever are provided. Reader advisory services are also provided, like we said before also. Without advisory services, nobody can use your tools, nobody can use the library properly. That's why reader advisory services are important, where we do use Web2 tools like YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Flickr, where we can upload the pictures. YouTube is also there, everybody knows Google is there. There are so many tools which can be used by the libraries to provide the reference services, referral services to our users. These are the kind of tools which we have been using for giving information and reference services to our, like text messaging is also there, which can be done, and many kind of service, user-friendly services are there, where RFID technology is, people can come and check in the books and check out the books. That is how the modern libraries are working. This is all about the library. Even NIC is also having this modern library. You can have access to this library. You can search our web database also. You can see what all physical books also we are having through this OPAC. This was all about the what we have learned today is that what is the difference between a traditional library and this modern library, what services modern libraries are providing, how they are evaluating themselves, and what is the difference between the computerized and the manual services which usually libraries are providing. Hope you must have understood the lesson of the modern library services. With this we finish this lesson. Thank you very much.